Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christina Garcia, also known as Teacher Tina in the online classroom, and I'm really excited that you're here. So a few days ago, I posted a video about how I had some realizations about VIPKid. I absolutely adore VIPKid and I think it's a great fit for lots of people, and it was a great fit for me for a long time. But I'm starting to branch out into teaching on Outschool. So I've been getting lots of questions of people who are currently VIPKid teachers and are thinking about branching out into Outschool, people who want to do both, people who don't know where to start but want to teach online. So I wanted to make a video kind of comparing VIPKid and Outschool, talking about the differences between the two so that hopefully you can feel empowered to make a decision about how you want to teach online. So let's hop right into it and be sure to stick around until the end because I have a secret for you. Okay, so first of all, when you're trying to decide between these two companies, right, there are some non-negotiables, some things that are required on one of the platforms that you really don't have any say. So, for example, legal eligibility. In order to teach on VIPKid's platform, you have to have legal eligibility to work in the US or Canada. You can live wherever, but you just have to have legal eligibility in the US or Canada. Okay, so even if you have your passport but you're in Bali, you can teach on VIPKid. All right, but in terms of Outschool, they have a different background check company that they use. So you have to be living in either the US, Canada, the United Kingdom, New Zealand, or Australia. There's no wiggle room there. I have a friend who lives in Paris who is a VIPKid teacher and she wanted to branch out into Outschool, and it's not possible for her. So just know that just because you can be a VIPKid teacher doesn't necessarily mean that you can be an Outschool teacher, and vice versa. So legal eligibility is the first part that you want to consider. And then what degree or certifications you have also. So in VIPKid, you do have to have a bachelor's degree, a 4-year bachelor's degree, and you have to provide proof that you have it as well. They also look for you to provide a listing of 2 years of child-related experiences for VIPKid. All right. But on Outschool, they are much more, I guess, open to life experiences. So you basically just have to be passionate about something. That's why people can teach things like hobbies on Outschool. You don't have to have a bachelor's degree to teach someone how to make cupcakes. Okay. So anyway, those are some basic differences. So depending on where you live and what kind of background you have, you may not really have the option to do either or to do both. So just keep that in mind. Let's talk about the fun stuff, shall we? Okay, so first let's talk about the hours. So VIPKid, you are on China time. So if you are looking for work that is overnight or in the early morning hours in the US, maybe East Coast time zone, somewhere in the contiguous US, then VIPKid might be a great fit for you if you want those early morning hours. If you don't want those early morning hours and you're looking for more of, hours that you can do in the afternoon, early evening, that kind of thing, Outschool may be a better fit for you. Outschool is based in the US and most of the students are too. So just keep that in mind. Lesson plans. So this is something that I'm hearing people kind of struggle with the idea of Outschool. In VIPKid, they give the lessons to you, which is really, really nice, right? So they basically, as soon as a class is booked, you get those lesson slides and you just kind of prepare yourself mentally, maybe gather some props, whatever that looks like for you, and you just teach those slides, right? You teach a lesson based on those slides. But in Outschool, you create your own curriculum, which I know can be daunting to people who don't have experience, but it can be really, really cool because you have so much freedom. You are not confined to what somebody else tells you to teach. And like I said, you can teach almost any topic you want. It has to be objective, secular, and age appropriate, right? So you could teach a class on how to draw Pokemon characters. You could teach a class that's just conversational skills. You could teach pretty much anything you can think of on Outschool. But yes, you are creating your own curriculum. Now, it doesn't need to be anything extensive or complicated. Really, it's kind of like a free market. So when you are submitting a class for approval on Outschool, you fill out a form that tells exactly what you are planning to include in your class, and you can even submit like a little video for parents to watch, kind of overviewing the class if you want. And then parents decide if they want to book your class. So that's something that's also, I just want to point this out, getting a little sidetracked, but that's something that's similar between the two companies too, that I like to make crystal clear to people. On Outschool, on VIPKid, any platform like these, you are an independent contractor. So you are never guaranteed work. So just keep that in mind when you are going through the hiring process or anything like that, that whatever you're doing, you want to do a really good job so that hopefully you attract customers, okay? That was a little aside, but here we go. So that's the deal with lesson plans. They don't need to be extensive, but on Outschool you do create your own content. The class size. So the class size on VIPKid is 1-to-1. There are a couple of classes that may be a little different. There's a program called the Rural Education Program, but the vast majority of VIPKid classes are one-on-one. Whereas on Outschool, you can do one-on-one classes if you want. You can mark them as such, but you can have many, many students in your classes. You can give the range of how many students you would ideally want to have in your class. So that's really flexible. For example, a class that I'm planning to teach has a lot of conversation involved. So I would like to have a smaller group setting. So I'm really excited about that opportunity. Okay, class length. So on VIPKid, the classes are typically 25 minutes long, and they're scheduled on the half hour, 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m. Every half hour they're scheduled. Whereas with Outschool, you determine the length of the class. Most of the classes that I've seen other teachers list, because we can look at that, which is cool, most of the classes I've seen teachers list are between half an hour and an hour in length. I saw one that was an hour and a half yesterday. I've seen any increment up until then, and I imagine there are some that are longer too. So that's really cool that you can kind of decide how long you want the class to be. You can also decide how often you want the class to meet on Outschool. That's a little bit of a difference too. With VIPKid, the parents do the booking. Okay, the parents do the booking on both of them, but it's really, you don't know whether you're going to see the same kid 5 days a week or you're going to see that kid, not see that kid again for 6 months. There are different options on Outschool that you can have, like a recurring class. You could have a class that meets like once a week for 4 weeks, something like that, so that you get to know those students. And it's just, I don't know, it's very different from VIPKid, so just keep that in mind. I'm not saying one is better than the other, they're just different. Okay, and then I also wanted to talk about the internet speed requirements, because this is something that really affected me. In my video that I shared the other day, I talked about how I wasn't able to teach with VIPKid for a while because of my internet. VIPKid, on their website, they say that you have to have 20 megabits per second of internet speed. I didn't have that. I was not physically able to teach with VIPKid with the internet speeds I was experiencing. But on Outschool, they are powered by Zoom, and their website says as long as you have 1 megabit per second of internet speed, you can teach. So if you find yourself trying to decide between the two companies and you only get 5 megabits per second, guess what? Outschool is going to work better for you, just technologically. So definitely keep that in mind. If you're like my brother and you have 300 megabits per second, you have your choice. Anyway, let's talk quickly about the pay. So in VIPKid lately, I've mainly been seeing, well, really since COVID, I've only been seeing people get offered the base pay of $7.50 per class. So that's basically $15 an hour. But there's always the option for the ability to get additional money, right? So for example, if you teach a short notice class, maybe you teach 2 short notice classes in a row, that $15 an hour gets bumped up to $17, $19 an hour. So that's pretty nice for that one-on-one class with a student, with different students, right? 2 different classes. But on Outschool, you get to choose the pay. Yes, you heard me right. You get to choose how much you charge for a class. So I'm just going to quickly show you what I mean. So let's say that you're a new teacher on Outschool, so you don't really want to charge too much just yet. Hopefully never. But anyway, let's say that you are going to teach an hour-long class and you're going to charge $10 per student. $10 per student. You end up with 5 students in your class. Maybe you opened it with the range of 3 to 6 students and 5 enrolled and came to your class. Okay, that doesn't take much math to figure out. That's $50. Outschool keeps 30%. Okay, so really you subtract the $15, right? That's 30%, and you're still getting $35 for that hour. But keep in mind that there was probably a little more prep work that went into your Outschool lesson than your VIPKid lesson. There's always a trade-off, right? But I wanted to remind you that with Outschool, the lessons don't have to be too crazy, and you can kind of repeat the lesson content with different students too. So that I hope helped to clarify some things for you. Just about the hiring process, real quick. With VIP Kid, since COVID, the coronavirus has really slowed things down with the hiring process. And I think a lot of that has to do with the background check company that VIP Kid uses, and also their unlimited staff for reviewing profiles. So the majority of the people I'm seeing apply to VIP Kid right now are waiting from the time they apply to the time they can open slots for about a month or so. Yes, a month. And I'm not saying that it's not worth that wait, because I adore VIP Kid and I think it absolutely is worth the wait if that's something that you want to do. But with Outschool, the hiring process could take just a day or two. I mean, it really depends on the background check, but the hiring process is much simpler and much shorter with Outschool. So on VIP Kid, in their hiring process, you do the application, you do a demo video, and then you do mock classes, you do a short TESOL course if you don't have a certification, you submit your profile, all that stuff. Could take about a month. Like I said, could very well be worth it for you. With Outschool, though, there's very minimal stuff that you have to do in the hiring process. You basically create an account, and then you fill out your basic information with like bullet points and things, what you intend to teach, what you're passionate about, any certifications you might have, and then you fill out some basic information for a background check. You have a profile picture, you submit a quick profile video, and then it's probably approved within a day or two. So these are just two different options for you. I think they're both really awesome options. So here's my secret for you. You can do both and do both beautifully. I have friends who are doing both and doing very, very well. So don't feel like it's black and white. You either do VIP Kid or you do Outschool. You can very well do both and be successful. Something that I would recommend if you have not jumped into the online teaching pool at all is maybe start getting hired with VIP Kid, and then when you're waiting at the end of the hiring process, get hired with Outschool, and then you are kind of able to hit the ground running with both of those companies. A lot of times it takes a while to get started with VIP Kid, to start getting bookings, that type of thing. So while you are kind of waiting for classes, you can start building some momentum on Outschool. So I think you really can marry the two and do an excellent job. If you have any questions about VIP Kid, feel free to send me an email at teachertina@vipkid@gmail.com. I have lots of resources, and I'm still very much helping my referrals through the hiring process. So I have my referral link for VIP Kid below. I also have a referral link for Outschool, but honestly, I don't think you'll really need that much help because it's super simple. So I would just appreciate if you would like to use my referral link, but no pressure. I'm just excited to share these opportunities with you, and I wish you all the best as you pursue online teaching. Bye. Oh, wait, please subscribe, hit the bell, like this video, and share with a friend. Thanks. Bye.